Hello, long time no see. I think this is the first time I've done anything on this channel in over a year, roughly. And I think I owe an explanation on why. Before you ask, I guess I'm sort of officially returning now. So yeah, but let me explain why I was gone. And there's a couple of reasons. It's totally unscripted, so sorry if I'm a bit all over the place. But I'll explain the first reason why. This is the biggest one for me. And it was the fact that I completely ran out of ideas. That is genuinely it for the biggest reason. It was because I started having an issue where I couldn't think of more ideas for videos. I really couldn't. I had like a list where like all my most recent videos, well, recent, by that I mean over a year ago, but all of them, I had a list basically where I would list out ideas and I would do them gradually. But the problem was I couldn't come up with new ones at the same pace I was making videos. And eventually got to a point where I just ran out of ideas and I couldn't think of new ones. And I felt a bit shit about it, which, by the way, yes, I'll swear in this video because I don't really care anymore. Sort of thing I will start swearing in my videos now. I just don't really care to censor myself much anymore. But I think that I was a bit... I'm sorry I wasn't transparent about it, but I really just didn't know what to do. I had no ideas and I just had no motivation either. I really just wanted to kind of... I don't know. I think I just really was just out of ideas and I didn't know what to do. I didn't know how to make a response about or say, help, I'm out of ideas. Because I didn't know, I didn't have any ideas for how to fucking do that. And it was a bit difficult with that and everything. And that was the biggest reason why. It really was just, I was out of ideas. And the ideas, I did have a couple ideas actually. But they were all kind of too ambitious to reasonably do. Because as you know, I'm limited to FlipaClip, which is really not a very good animation software, if I'm being honest, and really limits how much I can do, along the fact that I genuinely just do not like the drawing tools for FlipaClip. It makes all my drawings look absolutely terrible, in my opinion, which I'm not a particularly good artist to begin with, but it still does not satisfy me. And that's the biggest reason, but there was other reasons. Another one of those is that at the time, I already mentioned my video before, like my update in, like, I think it was 2023. God, that was so freaking long ago now. But I mentioned that I was quite unwell health-wise and that I was having issues with nerve problems in my right hand. Mainly, I could not move my right arm very much and I was struggling. And the problem is that in 2024, it got much worse. And I mean, it got to the point where I was completely debilitated. I could not go to school for quite a while. I was having a lot of difficulty with basic tasks and got to a point where at some point I even was completely paralyzed in all my fingers. I could not use them. And I'm lucky enough to say that this year it has improved. I have improved a lot health-wise and I've gained most of my usage back in my right arm, besides two of my fingers, which those were already paralyzed from birth, so it never really affected me much either way. But it did make drawing easier, but I really just wasn't well. Along the fact that mentally I was not holding up well in 2024. At some point I was actually quite severely suicidal. I will not get into that because I don't think that's really appropriate to put here, but it was really bad. And before you ask, I'm better now. I'm like a lot better. I have not had that many severe issues health-wise in the last, let's say, about half year. I've been quite good. But, you know, it was difficult. And there was other things, like I was dedicating more of my time to Geometry Dash. I didn't know how to manage my time well because I preferred playing the game than animating. Now I think I have better time management so I can balance all of that, but I also will have to balance school because since I'm back in school, I have to balance that. And I have a lot of stuff to catch up on because I was out of school for a while. So it will be difficult. So I have to lock in a lot in school. It might be quite difficult for me, although I think I'll probably be fine because I'm already hella geography and history carried. But I think that it is just basically like that's a summary. It was mainly health related and demotivation related and lack of ideas. Now for the future, I need to talk about this. I will continue with just doing random animated just skits basically, right? That's what I've done for a while and it's what I enjoy doing a lot. But I think that I want to start doing more content that's just more so me maybe animating or drawing, but also me just talking about stuff I find interesting, you know? Not limited to just making sketches, you know? Because there are stuff I want to express myself more on this channel, and I think that I need to start allowing myself to do that because I really don't show as much of my personality as you'd think on my channel. I really don't. I know, like, I think when I was younger, I was a bit less afraid to show myself, but I think that now, I think I'd like to show more of my personality about my interests. So, for example, I'd love to, for example, talk about, say, music, for example, sometimes on this channel, you know? Because I've been very much into music this year. I've listened to fucking so much shit, but I've... I think I want to change that direction. Another thing is that, very obviously, as you can tell, I won't really have much of a filter when it comes to my wording. So I'll probably start swearing now because I really don't care that much. And I've been wanting to swear my videos for a while. I'll say since like 2023 I've been wanting to do that. But I just didn't want to because for so long my channel was like, okay, I'm not going to say family friendly because I made... half my videos involve people getting like blown up and stuff. But I guess I didn't like swearing because I just didn't do that usually on my channel. But now I don't really give a fuck. So I think I will start doing that from now on. And, you know, it's just how it is, you know. When I was at my peak, I was about, I think, like 10 or 11 years old when I didn't want to swear in my videos. I'm 17 now. I think I should allow myself to do that, you know. But, yeah, it's just all of that. Again, I'm genuinely quite sorry that I never was transparent about all of this. I just really just was afraid to talk about it, and I also really just didn't know how to word it correctly, but you know what, here I am now. I'm not a pussy to do it anymore. But yeah, hopefully I'll start getting back to making animations again soon, and yeah, see ya.